only on TSL Nigeria TV. The gender pay gap cuts across every category of work, including football. We've seen women, soccer women clamoring for much more pay. Currently, the FIFA World Cup women is going on in France, hosted by France, with 24 countries participating and $30 million as a total prize compared to the $400 million in the tournament of the Men's World Cup. This has caused a lot of unrest in the senior women football team. This morning, I and my ladies were talking about gender pay gap in relations to the Women's Football World Cup. Hello, ladies.
Hi, bitches. I want to start with a question.
Okay, let's go.
The question I asked before I went on a break. Have you guys been watching the Females World Cup? The Women World Cup? I don't understand answer. Have you been watching it?
No, I haven't.
Have you?
I've had some glance. Not like I see 90 minutes. Why you doing?
I'm just asking
Have
a
you
question.
been watching the women's?
Excuse me, so about me. Have you been watching
I
it?
think I've had sneak peeks.
Okay.
Because Nigeria is in the Super Falcons, they're participating. So that kind of made me tease my interest to, okay, let me see what's
going on.
Yes, the Women World Cup.
Did you watch the Male World Cup?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch the Male World Cup? You self not just follow for promo. Okay, now gender wage gap has been a conversation for a very long time, especially in sports. Now, when it comes to sports and the gender wage gap, the argument that every federation, let's give FIFA for example, the argument that FIFA continues to give is that the Women's World Cup does not bring in as much money as the Men's World Cup. So for no reason should they earn the same amount of money. But then this cuts across to different sports, basketball, tennis, which I think brings in enough money, hockey even.
Yeah.
And so for some reason, it just seems like the pay gap between both genders is so huge. A very good example is the case that's going on in the United States right now, where the team is actually suing. Now, their argument is that they are more successful than the male team. They have 3 World Cups and about 5 gold Olympic medals. And for some reason, they still earn more than the male team. Do you guys think this is just gender discrimination?
No.
I wasn't even looking at you.
No.
Let me hear why you're saying no.
I don't think it is because the truth is, in as much as we're going to be clamoring for the whole equal pay, equal rights, all men are not born equal. Things are not going to be equal till the world is over. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Joyce. But
what did I do?
But that's going to happen. And so I'm not going to see any.
So you're saying because men have penises, they should just earn more?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in respect to football, or the world of football, we've seen men, do so much. They are so much out there than women in terms of brand representation, brand endorsement, revenue generation for FIFA. Clubs, ticket selling,
jerseys.
Yeah, jerseys. Do you understand? And so that would amount to the fact that women will not be as paid as men.
I entirely see where you're coming from, but you know me, I'm going to play devil's advocate every time. Now, the women have argued, and hear me out, Ejiro, that the reason why they are not bringing in as much income is that the marketing budget for them is too small in every ramification. For example, now the finals for the FIFA Women's World Cup is going to be on July 7th. We're all looking forward to watching it. Everybody has France as their favorites. Hopefully I don't know if I should say that I'm a Nigerian. Falcons. Anyways, now on the same day, it's also the Copa America finals. It's also the Gold Cup finals. So if you actually want people to watch the women, would you do that? Would you put the males World Cup the same day as two other finals will not even dare put themselves?
Yes, together on the same day.
So does that not just show that the federation does not even value the sports irrespective? So they are not willing to invest?
I don't think it's the value for the sport. I think it has to do with the fact that women can be a bit delegated to the
relegated to the background.
To the background. Now, what happens? When I did a research, what happens is not that they are not just bringing out funds for the women, is that they are not giving them enough allowances and bonuses. Before we can even get to the whole let's equalize our pay, they're not even releasing funds for these women to be able to be comfortable. Okay, let's just say pay them some salary, give them actual bonuses. Don't make promises you can't keep. Put them out there, because endorsements will come when they see that these people are actually out there doing stuff.
Yes.
Now people want to sponsor what they feel like is working. Now the men team are given so much more opportunities, and I get that, you know, the male football teams bring much more money. But also what has been happening is that they promise these women bonuses, they promise them opportunities, and then they don't give it to them.
Wow.
Probably most of the times when the time has come for them to get these things, it doesn't come. So they have to figure out, maybe their coaches are being owed constantly, they don't have enough funds to take themselves maybe from point A to point B. There was a bit of delay for their flight when they were supposed to travel. And now you see, you before we come and say equalize our pay, give them some value.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah, give them some value. You know, but really that's it. You need to give these women some value. They're actually doing something. If you check it, women have at least 1 billion viewers when it comes to watching football matches. And then if, as much as the male audience is saying more, but they should be able to raise funds from these things. They're buying tickets. People are buying tickets. Money is coming in somehow. So where's that money going into? How come it's not being channeled to at least taking care of these people that are actually playing good matches for their country?
When I did my research, I tried to get my numbers. Now, did you know that for the preparation cost for the male World Cup, we have to the tune of $48 million, and then there's also $209 million that is spent on their clubs to let them allow them come. But for the case of the women, the whole preparation cost is just 11.5 million. Plus club releasing you,
that's
everything is just about
like
11.5 million. That's a far cry. Now, do you guys think that this gender equal pay that Adriel is advocating for, that feminism is advocating for, that women around the world are advocating for, do you think it can cut across different kind of sports? For example, tennis. Men play more sets than women in tennis. Should they still earn the same?
I think that basically it's not just about the pay for me. I'm not concerned about, you know, we should pay more. How can we, you know, strategize to make sure that more pay comes in? And then at the end of the day, if pay is not coming in, we know that, okay, FIFA or the sports body in terms of a particular sport.
No, I'm using tennis very precisely because Serena Williams is one of the best things that happens to sports ever right now. Same thing with Rafael Nadal. These are big names that are doing amazing things. Now, tennis for men and tennis for women are bringing in huge bucks, right? So do you think for that reason, they should earn the same, irrespective of the fact that they don't play the same amount of sets?
No, I don't still feel they'll earn the same. I still feel that the truth is, no matter how, you know, people want to clamor for much more pay and equal right, it's not going to happen. Now, going back into football, that's like our major set today. Going back into football, the men's World Cup started in 1930, and the women's World Cup started in 1991.
Beloved, when do women even start working?
Okay, so now do the calculations. It means that the men's World Cup, they've had lots of structuring, you know, compared to the women World Cup, and also that also relates to how much they were being paid. You know, now you mentioned those numbers, and another number says Neymar that plays for PSG.
Beloved,
you know, Neymar earns $48.5 million a year, and that equates to 7 women's clubs in the world.
And that is Neymar that is a fraud.
It's not a fraud.
Neymar is an entire fraud.
There's a lot of structuring that needs to go on.
I understand, Neki, I understand where you're coming from when you say there should be a structure, but I see the times have changed. There are better opportunities. Now, if you don't put those better opportunities, are you actually saying that women are not putting themselves out there?
No, I'm not saying that.
Hold on, let me finish. Aside from the fact that we want women to put themselves out there and let them get equal pay, like I said, I'm not necessarily clamoring for equal pay. I'm saying that why don't you actually, you know, give priority to these things? If so much funds is put into marketing for women, if you check it, at the end of the day, there is not so much attention given to these women.
If we're going to be frank about it, when the male World Cup is going to happen, A year before then, everybody is already aware. The theme song is being planned.
Exactly.
We're going to the different stadiums.
That's
We're
what
doing.
I'm
We're doing. Wait, pause. Let me finish.
That's what I'm
Let me
saying.
finish. Let me finish.
You
No, let me finish. You said that, from your research, that male football World Cup started in 1930. First of all, women were not even working then. So you're telling me that between the year of 1930 to 1990, where the women, they did not have enough time to plan for the women. If they had so much time to work on the male structure, it means that they already had a paradigm that they could work with. They already had a template that they can work with, but they refuse to work with it.
No,
let's use this finals now. Why in God's name would you put the finals of the Women's World Cup, a competition that is already struggling, on the same day with 2 male competitions? Do you even want people to watch it?
Okay, now I'm not saying that FIFA gets all of their priorities straight. I am saying that when it comes to pay, it's not going to be it's going to have to be a lot of fighting, a lot of advocacy, for women to get almost equal pay as the men's World Cup because of revenue generation, according to the FIFA president. Gani Infantino said that they are not generating so much.
He said maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Sarcastic way.
I think
but
that
I am saying that women are doing so well in the football world, because take for instance in France, they sold out. They saw that, and there's been a lot of attention. Media, I think the media needs to pay lots of attention.
They are actually.
Yes, and that is why there is the awareness. The awareness is rising, and the advocacy is coming up. It's going to take a long while for this to happen, but it's going to happen. We should not be in a rush for it to happen, basically. So I'm saying that football, yes, men have been on the edge, they've been on the advantage side, but the women should not give up hope. Because these women that are advocating, take for instance, the world best player, Ada Hegerberg of Norway. She's really advocating. She didn't play for.
No, you're saying now that women should not give up hope. Before you were saying that all animals are not created equal, and they should deal with it, and they should deal with it. And now you're saying they should fight harder.
No, it's not going to happen instantly. That is where I'm coming from.
I would like to say,
because there is a structure, but it's not like it's not going to happen.
If there's a structure, in place, can't that same structure just be moved?
I feel you talk about a template. I'm very certain the template wouldn't have worked for women.
The template of marketing. I'm talking about their marketing templates and their marketing structure.
Marketing template.
I'm speaking about the marketing template and structure.
Pay templates. If you're talking about
what is a pay template? That is so sexist.
Okay, if you're saying that this structure works for men, will work for women. Women are very different from men on a normal day.
Please explain more.
Very, very
explain in terms of sports marketing.
Emotionally, women are very, very different. So you don't expect the structures that will work for men to work for women.
Okay, now let me brush your head.
FIFA, I am not advocating for FIFA. I'm indifferent about FIFA, but I am saying that probably.
So you're saying you are saying
working on a template.
Say maybe they are working on a template. Okay, let me say this. Okay, you're saying that maybe, hopefully, if the Lord comes down and saves us, they may or may not just maybe work on a template. Now, there's something in marketing that you should know about. One of the biggest cases of marketing, one of the strongest things you can do is selling your goodwill and standing for a good cause. A good cause is a surefire way to create yourself a market that was non-existent. Let's use Gillette for an example. Gillette did an ad earlier this year, or I think it was maybe even late last year or earlier this year, and the ad was telling men to behave better. The men should stop fighting so much. Men should reduce toxic masculinity. If you see a man attacking a woman, help the man. It was huge. All the women were into it. Let's not even talk about the Nike ads. When Nike sees a troubled athlete that is doing well, Nike jumps on it like their life depends on it. Colin Kaepernick is there. Serena Williams is there. The list goes on and on and on. We are in the age of gender equality. We are in the age of feminism. If you market women's football using only the tagline of women empowerment, it is going to be so big. If you use only the tagline of saying that little girls are watching right now and they need encouragement, it is going to be so big. It is a fire that is going to burn. There is a clear unwillingness to do that. There is a clear unwillingness to impute marketing strategies. There is a clear unwillingness by the governing body to even make it watchable.
So at the end of the day,
so it's not that the template cannot exist, it's that there is a clear unwillingness to even make it work. Why not try? Try this year. Put so much money into marketing and then see what happens.
As much as
I mean, have you watched the women's football?
I have watched it. I don't enjoy it. I can't lie to you.
Have you watched the women's football?
I have.
I have.
No,
I
really?
have. Yeah.
I watch it, and so I can really understand where women are coming from. Now, you guys might feel that I am not saying that this is an era that a lot of people are clamoring for.
I
am saying that it's not going to happen on the instant.
Exactly.
That's how you said. That's how you said that we should deal with it, though.
No, I'm not saying we should deal with it. I'm saying we should accept it. That this is how it is. First of all, it is not going to change that the pay of men and women in football will be equal on a day. It has a lot of work to do. There are a lot of things that needs to be done for women to get there. That is my point.
Exactly. So that's why. Okay, that's why we.
I mean, you started by saying all animals are created unequal and men are the king of kings and lord of lords.
As much as we want to say that Neki is saying all men really are not equal.
men are not
And then if
equal.
you work in an organization, everybody's not paid the same amount at the end of the day. But the truth of the matter is, moving forward, I feel that more attention should be given to these women, because by the time I did a lot of researches, I found out that there was a time where women had to go to the streets, women footballers, and did prostitution and had to beg for money to sustain themselves, and yet they were playing football for a particular team. And me, I'm advocating that more attention should be given to the women's team,
Precisely.
because they are putting just as much
Work. They're putting even more work.
putting as much work as the men. Now, I get that we want to say that all men are not equal, which is true. I get that, we want to get more things done. But I'm saying that so much can be done for these women, because they have exactly what it takes to pull in the same amount of money that men are pulling in. Now, what people keep saying is, oh, there's not so much viewership. But the viewership is growing. It's getting better. Yes, we cannot compare 1930 to 1991. But then again, do you understand? At the end of the day, you need to put in the same pressure, if people don't put in, if this bodies in charge of the Football Federation don't put in word out there for these women to actually be put out there, let them be noticed, let things be done to pull people to watch viewership. It can be done. Get Shakira to sing the theme song. It can be done.
Beyonce do the closing ceremony. You're telling me that you will not watch it?
Oh no, see, let's not attack Neki. We are not attacking Neki. It's not an attack. Guys, it's not an attack.
Before we wrap up, I'm saying that it's going to be a long journey for the women to get
Which
to
I believe
to where
is,
the men
yes.
now. Solutions in which FIFA can really adopt to help, is to talk to, FIFA, first of all, is an autonomy body. It's not governed by any government, but they have each of their federations in each country that participate in football. They can relate with countries and tell them, okay, this is how we should brand up women.
That's what I'm
in their
talking about.
countries
That's what I'm
via
talking
media,
about.
because
Yeah.
everything happens on
Online
media
now.
these days. Because now questions are being raised. Why are women not paid? Why are men not paid? They will be paid, but not yet. That's my point. Joyce want them to pay them now. I'm saying
When did Joyce say that?
I'm saying you will not be paid now. You just need to do a lot of advocacy. But what
you're saying, right? What you're saying is this is a green grass and this is a green grass, and that is all about it. What we're saying is that what if you just go ahead and water the green grass? You're saying that this is a green grass.
It's taking a while, which I understand, but I'm saying that I think things should be done now.
It's not going to go fast.
Nobody said it was going to go
Because
fast.
what I am saying is that
you're saying that there are structures that has to be put in place.
And
I'm telling you that why are those policies not being made? I'm telling you that they have every reason to make those policies. I'm telling you that there's a conscious effort to not make those policies. That is what I am saying. If you're going to get a big artist to do a theme song for the Men's World Cup, try getting the big artist to do a theme song for the Women's World Cup and then let it fail. Let it be that you tried and it failed. That is my argument. And when it comes to equal pay gap, it's not something that has to do with just football. It cuts across every line. You see a woman at work could be ask her boss for a raise, and if you hear things like a single girl like you, why now? But I'm doing the same job with the dude that has 4 kids. It's not my fault that he has 4 kids. We're doing the exact same job at the office. We should be paid more. That is the argument we're coming from. But clearly there's been some advancements. This year's final money is twice the one of the last
We're making
World
progress.
Cup. So we are making progress.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more media involvement, and I think I
Yes,
didn't even
yeah.
know when the World Cup was happening the last time, 2015. I came home one day and I saw World Cup on TV. I was like,
And it was Women's World Cup.
And it was Women's World Cup, and the stadium was empty, right? I didn't even know it was happening. So this year, I feel like there's been a little bit more progress in
Yeah,
media
yeah.
attention to and we're really
Tickets were
happy.
sold
But
out.
what I am saying, from my point of view, is that women are not even asking for equal pay. In the words of people that are campaigning in the United States, they said that we're not even asking for equal pay, we're asking for minimum wage. At this point, there's no reason why one player's salary should be the combination of all the salaries of all the women in the top 7 leagues in the world. Just no.
Neymar, you're the king, man.
Speaking of Neymar, he's still in trouble, by the way. We're rounding up right now. He has managed to semi-exonerate himself from the rape charges, but right now he's facing charges for revenge porn at this time, because the pictures and the messages that he posted online of the chats with the woman had some nudes in it and her face.
Ooh.
So they're going to charge him for revenge porn because, and stuff like that. Hopefully he finds a way to go around this and stop having injuries and actually pay, because he's being paid enough to play football.
Okay,
It's a that's enough.
And on that note, we'll come to the end of the breakfast show this morning. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much. You guys are always so amazing. You.
We'll see behind the camera.
And you. We'll see behind the camera. We'll be here again tomorrow by 9 a.m. having the best conversations about everything. Have yourself a lovely week. It's the month of June. The first half of the year is coming to an end. How are your goals? Bye. Good morning.